Hi Virgo, it's Allie with the Sea Owl. How have you been? I cannot tell you how stoked I am to do this reading for you. So this reading will be good for you if you are a Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a Venus? Okay, that's interesting. If you're a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So there must be some kind of Venusian energy here that Spirit is wanting to talk about. First, I have already prayed and meditated over your cards. I want to thank you sincerely from the entirety of my heart for sharing your precious energy and time here. I want to go ahead and thank your guides, thank mine, an incredible spirit, before we get started here. And let's begin. So in your meditation, Spirit gave me the rune Algiz, and I may be pronouncing that wrong. It's Algiz. And so that is the rune of protection. It's also a rune about deep roots. And I'll try to link that here in the video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But your very first card here is Ace of Swords reversed. And now typically with this Hermetic Tarot deck, I don't typically read reversals, but they said that this is very pertinent to your reading. And I don't know what this one is yet, but we'll look here in just a second. So here we have Ace of Swords, and it's definitely supposed to be reversed. I love this deck because there's just so much imagery that you can draw from it. So Lord of the root of the powers of air. And so we have two different, it looks like maybe olives here. Sorry. Yeah, two different plants. Again, though, in the reverse position. So I feel like something has kind of knocked you off kilter, knocked you off balance. And I feel like you've been floating on a really good, like, happy cloud here for a while. And then something came along, and it may have been multiple people. This is weird. I'm almost getting like a ganging up on feeling, to make you feel bad about yourself, basically, to make you feel less than. Spirit's really wanting to bring through that the reason that occurred was truly not to hurt you. If this resonates with you, the reason this occurred is because these individuals have not ascended to the same frequency that you have. And that isn't to say that anyone is better or worse. It's just where they are on their journey. And so you've been doing really well. You've been like on cloud nine. They can see that your energy's changed. They can see that your frequency is light and that you are actually taking care of yourself and you know, you've figured out what self-care means and how important and vital it is, and you're implementing that. So there's all these different like improvements you've been making, intentional improvements, and I feel as though there's a group of people, it could be coworkers or friends, it could be family members that have seen this upgrade in your frequency, this bright light in just the natural vibration that you give off. And this isn't something that just happened overnight. Remember all the work you've done to get to this place. Let me take a sip of my tea real quick, please. So I do feel as though, because some particular opinion that a group of people made about you or a situation that you're involved with, because of that, and that there were several people involved, it really shook your confidence. And I think it really kind of cut to the core. It made you, it changed your perception of person, places, or things. I mean, that's what Spirit gave me. So it's going to resonate for how it resonates for you, right? And I just saw 555 when I said that. So it shook your confidence, it shook your faith, and really made you feel a bit ostracized. I'm hearing like things were imbalanced. I feel like this is really like a crunch, like an uncomfortable, I don't know what crunch means, but just like, this is not pleasant. And things have been going so well here for such a good hot minute that this has really derailed you a bit. So the next card, okay, look at this. So we have King of Wands, Prince of the Chariot of Fire. Okay, I just want to make sure you can see the imagery here along with me. Yeah, they were able to see this upgrade in your frequency, this enlightenment, I just keep hearing this upgrade in your frequency, how bright you've allowed yourself to finally shine. And this, like, imagine how sad, but your light made people angry because they are still operating from the only frequency they've ever known, which is one that is, painful and low vibe. We'll just say that because we're here to keep it kind, but you've ascended so much, like you're not on the same wavelength anymore. And I feel as though you can see above that. You kind of have, because you're more enlightened now, you can see how and why people operate in the way that they do. However, I think because there were a few people coming at you like this, I think that's what shook your confidence. And I have to take another sip of my tea. I'm so sorry. It won't be for long. If you're still feeling down about this, it won't be for long, Spirit is saying. And these are predictions for April or the next 30 days from when you see this. So we have, this one's great. Knight of Cups, Lord of Waves and Waters. I hope you can see, sorry, the lighting here. I hope you can see the peacock references on this card, as well as the Aquarius symbol. And, and look at the crab up here too, yeah. So what I'm getting with this card here, Knight of Cups, is there's going to be some kind of offer made to you. Now, for some of you, I'm getting this feeling that it's, see, this is kind of funny. So many messages coming in at once. Okay. First of all, someone's going to come forward to you with an offer. And for some of you watching this, that offer could be an offer of an apology for hurtful or harmful words or exchanges, maybe the one in particular that we're talking about. Because I feel like that incident was actually a catalyst for some of the people involved to really see themselves and the world in a different way. I feel like when this occurred, when this incident of, I just heard incident of ugliness, so it could have been really painful, a really painful exchange with someone that you genuinely care about. I feel like in the moment, as they were saying things, they were realizing that what they were saying did not feel authentic to them. And 11:11 on the clock. However, again, they were operating from their highest level of consciousness, and this situation is kind of what started to crack that open, almost like a Grinch, like a cold heart that started to melt a little bit because it shocked them internally how inauthentic what they were saying to you felt inside. And that's caused some real feels for a few people. Now, I don't get that for everyone, but I feel like you'll probably have an inkling already if someone may come forward with an offer of sincere apology to you like that. Secondly, there's so much light and luminescence luminescence around you. I feel that while that hurts you, you also are, I heard, unshakable. At your core, you're unshakable with your faith in yourself. Your self-love has grown. I keep getting the image of the Grinch. This is wild. Like, your capacity to not only love yourself, but extend love to others in tough situations has grown so much, like the Grinch's heart. And so even that seems incomprehensible for someone who is just now beginning their spiritual awakening and, having this ego death and rebirth into awakening. So keep letting yourself shine. And they're just really wanting to stress, like, you need to be seen. You need to be showing yourself to people, your true authentic self that you have come to love. And that is so beautiful and brilliant. And they're just like clapping and proud of you. But let that be seen. Really harness that unshakable faith you have in yourself now, because that is the same faith you have in the universe. If you hear wild things around me, it's my cat Dorothy. So she wanted to come visit in your reading. Is there anything else here, Spirit? So hopefully this will help you know for sure if this is your reading or not. Okay. So we're going to move these up here. And actually, we're going to use a different deck here. So I would love, while I'm shuffling, I would love to invite you to like or subscribe, leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Those are completely free ways that just really, really help my channel grow so I can reach the more individuals like yourself, and also helps me know if the content that I am bringing you is worthy. Why would I say that? I don't know. If you like the content I'm bringing. I like the content I'm bringing, so I guess that's okay. All right, so thank you, Spirit, for the month of April. What insight, predictions? Yes. We have, ooh, look at that, the star. Zoom in a little bit more. All right. The star, healing, divine connection. Working on divine connections with Source, with those that you care about, and truly, like, once and for all, kind of releasing anyone and anything without judgment, without disdain in your heart. It's like you're releasing everyone who is not in alignment with you and your values. And I feel like this is really painful in a lot of ways for you, because maybe these people that you need to separate yourself from are family members, or they could just be friends, or someone, you know, that has been in your life for a really long time. And I think you've known this in your heart for a while, that they are not growing in this lifetime the same way that you are. I'm feeling very, like, breathless right now. And so I feel as though this knowing of needing to release at least someone, for some of you it may be multiple people or things, attachments to things. So it's really needing to work on accepting that. Thank you, Dorothy. And integrating that. And knowing that it is painful, and it's okay to grieve. It's okay to grieve someone who's still living that you know is just not good for you anymore. And I think they're giving me it's a bit like ripping off a Band-Aid. You know, now that you're aware, now you have to rip off the Band-Aid. And that's going to look different for each and every person watching this. But, you know, think of it in those terms. Once you rip off the Band-Aid, then you can really start to cleanse and mend and heal and move forward to, I'm hearing people who are on the same vibrational level as you, who do have the same heart as you. And I feel like you've been praying for that for so long. That feels very exciting. I very, very much feel this energy of, as you release, as painful as it may be, you're making room for your actual soul family to start coming in and making themselves known to you. Some of them you may already know. A lot of them I don't think you have any clue exist yet. And I'm hearing that phrase, you have no idea how many people are left that are going to love you in this lifetime, you know. So it just feels so fresh and so exciting, and more congruent, or more in alignment with how things have been feeling for you the last couple months. So now we have King of Cups. And this one also came out. And they want it like this. So this is interesting. Actually, they're just letting me know these are separate. So, okay. So what's coming for you in the month of April? I'm hearing a definite release of an old way of being, an old what would that be called? Like old rules, I guess. As you continue to discern what feels like your truth and not what was indoctrinated in you as you were growing up. This feels very freeing, very freeing. I feel like there's been some little strings or like tendrils is the word they're giving me of your past life. And when I say past life, I mean the you before you awakened, right? So these tendrils that are still kind of hanging on, which could be thought patterns like if you spilled some water and you say, oh, I'm so stupid, you know, that's really not how we want to speak to ourselves anymore, right? We wouldn't say that to a friend. We wouldn't say that to a loved one if they spilled a glass of water. You wouldn't say, oh, you're so stupid. I mean, I would hope not anyway. So it's like really being conscious of releasing some of these old programmings. Are you ruminating and having like severely anxious thoughts about something, even though your rational brain is able to tell you, hey, this really isn't going on? Then you can remind yourself that my brain is just trying to keep me safe, and so it's grabbing onto what it is used to, which is anxiety and worry and ruminating. And all that I have to do is know that I have control over my brain, and I can just lovingly tell my brain to shush, that everything is okay. You can check in with your solar plexus. You can check in your gut if you really want to make sure something is okay. That will never lie to you. And then I think you're going to be able to retrain your brain to not jump into anxious, anxiety cycle mode. So it's being able to release that so you can let more grounded, stable, loving energy into your life. So the more you're able to take control over these little things that from your past that just need, some tweaking is what I'm hearing, just a little bit of retraining. Once you get those out of the way and you make room for that in your energy field, I just feel this flood of so much goodness. I mean, emotional fulfillment, joy, laughter. I see you enjoying parties, enjoying going to the gas station because you just have this freedom about you now, where you can just take in the world and the people in it, and you don't wish anyone any harm. I feel like you're in such a more peaceful energy than you have been in before. And I'm so sorry that whatever happened up here happened and left you feeling really down and just really down. But I think it was also a very powerful lesson for you because you're also able to see how strong and stable and resilient you have become. And you have become this way because you've put in the work. You chose love. You chose to put in the work. And now, I just keep saying floodgates of abundance opening for you. Floodgates of abundance opening for you. At the bottom of the deck, would you look at that? King of Wands. Look at this. You've got this twice now in 2 separate decks. This is King of Wands also. King of Wands. This is you. Male or female, you know, it's not gender specific. You are creative. You are insightful. You are intuitive. You are really brilliant is what they just said. You are courageous. You are loyal. You are a healing energy for so many people, including yourself. They're saying, do you know how magical that is? Do you know how magical that is that you have cultivated this within yourself? So in the month of April, it feels like a huge clearing of old stagnant energy, like old ghost energies from the past, releasing them. So this newness that you've already kind of been mixing with, you know, all this good newness that you've already kind of been experiencing gets fully integrated, and then the floodgates open. That's amazing. And I don't know if you need to drink more water or less caffeine, because I've been so thirsty through your reading. I've just drank a whole like huge mug of tea in 26 minutes. So, you know, that's what they're putting in my mind. Watch your hydration. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, and maybe cut back on your caffeine a little bit if possible, if you're someone that uses it. Now, do whatever you want to do. This is just what I'm channeling from Spirit. But you are a free, sovereign human being, and you can do whatever you want to do. So I want to get a few more cards here for you. What else can you tell us about April for Virgo, Spirit? Sneak peek or information. What can Virgo expect? Please and thank you. They're wanting me to remind you again that you are divinely protected right now, because you have already moved there. Thank you. You have already moved into this higher level of, it's just a higher vibration. You know, you're ascending. You're on the path to enlightenment. So, oh wow, look at this. It was reversed, but number 43, details. And it was reversed. 43 reduces to the number 7. And I find it really interesting here. It says clarity, important notes. And it was in the reversed position. If you're someone, I'm sorry about that. If you are someone who is going through any contracts or legal, I heard legal settlements or just settlements, something that involves a lot of paperwork. It feels very official. It feels very legal-ish. If you are, I mean, it could be like buying a home. It could be going through a divorce. It could be buying an office space for your new business. A plethora of things. It's going to be unique to you. If you're something, it could even be taxes for some of you. They're wanting you to make sure that you're dotting all your I's and crossing all of your T's. I feel like there could possibly be, yeah, that makes sense. So as you can see here, hopefully, clarity, important notes. And do you see how it's kind of like in real tiny print, that important notes? It's like, I feel like that you could be working on some kind of paperwork or legal matter where there could be some really important information that is kind of buried in the wording or in the fine print. Know that you are fully within your right to take as much time as you need to read everything thoroughly before you sign anything. Spirit's giving me that. You just want to make sure that you're not missing anything that could hurt you in the long run. And so I feel like that's just some good advice if you happen to be dealing with something like that in the month of April. Thank you, Spirit. And then let's get you one final message from the Moonology deck. Thank you, Spirit, for Virgo, April, the next 30 days. What do you most want them to take with them? Message or information? What do you want them to most take with them as they move into the next 30 days of their journey here on Earth, Spirit? And we have, conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. This goes back to the legal matter. How interesting. So I feel like maybe this is something you've been dealing with in your world for a hot minute, you know. They're wanting to uplift you here and encourage you, to let you know that you're at the final stretch. Whatever this is, whatever this project or legal matter, whatever this big thing is in your world, it is about to be wrapped up in an incredibly favorable way for you. They want me to pull this at the bottom of the deck, so surrender to the divine. I think they just need you to have a little more faith that Spirit's helped you all the way up until this point, and on this final hurdle, you have to trust that they're going to get you through this one too, you know. I don't know why they're asking. Okay, I'm not going to question it. One more to clarify this specific message. Conclusions are within reach. Can you please give us... Whoa! Are you kidding me? It just fell on the floor. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I can't even get over there to get that card right now. Okay, hang on. I will. Conclusions are within reach, and it is going to be so fulfilling, so rewarding, so worth all the turmoil that you have endured, all the pain, all the anxiety and the unknown. This is going to solve itself in the month of April. So there's nothing to stress about. There's no more anxieties. Remember, those are old ghosts in your head from the person you used to be. You have new tools now. You can rely on Spirit. You can rely on your guides. Just, it's really important that as you move through this, to pay attention to the details, but also surrender to the divine, because they have had you up until this point, and they are not going to leave you now. I just heard this old hymn. What is it? He's never failed me yet. It's from sorry, but they want you to remember that the universe, the divine, has not failed you yet, and they're going to see you through this final really big obstacle. So Those are your messages, Virgo. Yay! This was an awesome reading. I am so, so grateful to have spent this precious time with you. Thank you from the entirety of my heart. I am just eternally grateful to your guides. Thank you to mine. Thank you to Spirit for being here with us and bringing us these beautiful messages and connecting all of us here in this community. If this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear how. Please leave me a comment or you can send me an email. I really do love to hear from you. Like, share, subscribe if you feel called to. And most of all, take excellent care of yourself, Virgo. I'll see you soon.